Now to World Wrap. An attacker with a knife killed 2 children and wounded 11 other people, including 6 youths in critical condition at a dance class in northern England on Monday. A 17-year-old male has been arrested on suspicion of murder and attempted murder in Southport, near Liverpool in northwest England, in an attack that also left 2 adults with critical injuries. Police Chief Serena Kennedy said that the attack was not being treated as terror-related and that the attacker's motivation was unclear. Now, joining us for more on this is our international correspondent, Afua Hagan. Thank you so much, Afua, for joining us. All right, Afua, if you can hear me, what update do you have for us on the Southport attack?
Well, we've just had the latest news, the distressing news in the past few minutes, actually, that 1 more child has died in this attack. They died in the early hours of this morning, a 9-year-old girl. We also have had the details that the other 2 children who died were also girls, and they were aged 6 and 7. Now, 5 of those children still remain in a critical condition in hospital. So the attacker, who is described as wearing a face mask, arrived on Hart Street. That's a quiet residential street in Southport. He arrived by taxi. Apparently, he refused to pay the fare. This is according to an eyewitness. And then multiple people reported seeing young children bleeding in the road after being stabbed. There was a woman running down the road screaming, "My daughter's been stabbed." Around 10 girls were taken to safety in a nearby house. A local nurse who arrived on the scene said that her daughter reported hearing a sinister scream just before the attack. Local people on the grounds completely in shock and stunned at this, saying that they've never seen anything like it and that these are the most horrific scenes that they have encountered in their life. Now, Prime Minister Keir Starmer talked about the attack, where he said the events of today were truly awful, and saying the whole country is deeply saddened.
All right, Afua, what exactly has been the reaction to this awful incident by the government and by the people in general?
Well, people in the community, like I said, completely shocked and saddened that this would happen in a small community. This is a community by the seaside, lots of mums, children, families, and lots of older people, because it's quite a quiet seaside town. Now, Taylor Swift has released a tribute to the victims because the young girls were attending a Taylor Swift themed dance and yoga class. So she released a statement on Instagram where she said, "The horror of yesterday's attack in Southport is washing over me continuously, and I'm just completely in shock. The loss of life and innocence and the horrendous trauma inflicted on everyone who was there, the families and first responders." She went on to say, "These were just little kids at a dance class. I'm at a complete loss for how to ever convey my sympathies to these families." A group of Taylor Swift fans have actually raised £28,000 for the victims. They set up a group on social media and have raised that money for them. We've had the King and Queen of England here. They have said that they're profoundly shocked to hear of the utter horrific incident. The Prince and Princess of Wales also have given their condolences and saying, "As parents, we cannot begin to imagine what the families, friends and loved ones of those killed in Southport today are going through." Now, the Home Secretary, Vic Cooper, was on the scene this morning. She was talking to first responders and also laying flowers at the scene there, and also talking about knife crime and what a problem that is in the United Kingdom, but saying the focus today should be on the victims and their families.
All right, News Central international correspondent Afua Hagan, thank you so much for joining us and giving us that update.